Welcome to Ghouls Night Out with your hostesses, Brandy and Jody. Hello, beautiful ghouls. Welcome. This is Brandy. I'm here with my sister, Jody.
Hello.
So we got another story from our friend Chris. It's an update about the ghost in their house. So on Saturday, I'm in the kitchen cooking, getting ready for our guests to arrive for dinner. Dogs are sleeping on the couch, and Jim comes down from upstairs and asks me, "What are you doing down here?" Once again confused, I looked at him and said exactly what you see me doing. I'm cooking. He's like, "This is not funny anymore. Something weird is happening." Poor guy. Jim said he took a break from remodeling the bathroom and sat on the end of the bed to go over his playlist. And while he was sitting there, he felt the bed vibrate and felt like someone was walking next to him. He insisted I come upstairs and made me sit on the bed, and he walked past me and he's like, "You feel that?" I said, "Yes." He's like, "That's what I felt. I felt the vibration on my feet and my ass from the bed moving when he walked." I'm like, "Jim, come on," and I'm laughing. He's like, "This is no longer funny." So me being me, I walk out laughing and say boo and go downstairs. Later that night, after a few drinks, we were talking about what happened, and he was telling my sister and said it happened twice. It happened again after your sister left the room. Of course, we were all laughing, and then something hit me. I'm like, "Oh my God. I wonder if his spirit was released, and here's why I say that." So when Jim started to rip the walls down in the bathroom, there was one wall removed, and behind the drywall, Jim found all red playing cards, some ripped in half, and put in the cavity of the wall with construction glue. Yes, Jim thought it was weird, but didn't think twice about it and ripped them all down and went on his way. So the more we looked into it and asked questions, that represents a spell. A lot of people had told us, do not remove the cards, but it was too late. They were removed and thrown out, and the garbage was already taken. I reached out to my mom's minister of the pagan community, and here is what she wrote to me regarding this. "This is a spell. Yes, a spell. It's most probably about a lost love, either through death or rejection. The most important factor is that it's in the walls of the bathroom where unwanted stuff is washed away from the body and is used a lot with washing away heartbreak or loss from the spirit. That the cards were taken down by an innocent person. Jim is innocent in this kind of work. Means no harm was done by removing the physical objects used by the witch. If the footsteps belong to the witch, you need to speak to her out loud and tell her she is free to stay or leave with no interference from you. If she leaves, you won't hear her. If not, place a rose quartz stone in the wall or in the bathroom, and learn to live with a permanent guest that you are bribing not to bother or scare you or anyone else living in the house. There is no curse here, so relax, all is well. Also, ask your mother for her intercessions with the spirit. After all, Sandy, your mom, is in the same realm as this person. I do have to say, after Saturday night, when we kept asking it to leave, Jim has not had any more encounters. Trust me, if he does, I will keep you posted. So that was Chris's story. Thank you so much for writing in. We really appreciate it, Chris. And everyone else, write in ghouls.outpodcast@gmail.com. Write in any story. We really would appreciate it.
You know, Scott posted a, I don't know, it's a post, I guess, on Facebook.
Oh, right.
About the Oddities and Curiosities Expo coming in Indianapolis. And guess what? We're going.
So excited.
Yes.
We've never been before, and would you say this would be the third year?
I think it's the third year.
So yeah, it's fairly new.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wonder if we can take pictures. Did you see anything on there about pictures?
I didn't see anything. I don't know.
Well, if we can take pictures, you guys will see some pictures from us. So yeah, and that's in just a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's not this. Is it next weekend?
No. Next week,
Yeah,
it would
it's
be
the
2
weekend
weeks.
after that,
Yep,
yeah.
2 weeks from,
Yeah.
from
So thanks, Scott.
Yeah, thanks, Scott. That was a great idea, and yeah, we took it. So. All right. So I'm going to attempt kind of a new weekly opening instead of my facts that I've found boring, and I don't know if I'll run out of these. But if you guys want to, I'm going to start doing most embarrassing moments. So if you want to send those in, we could use those as well. That would be helpful. GhoulsNightOutPodcast@gmail.com. So I'm going to tell some people's most embarrassing moments. I'm pretty sure that's all. I looked up so much crap this week trying to figure out what to do. So, could you get your cat? He's clawing at me, and
He's just going to come back up here.
well, he's being a turd.
He's in his hyper mode.
Apparently. Okay, so I apologized to a woman I nearly bumped into in a record store. It was my reflection in the window. I just dyed my hair blonde. Be so embarrassing.
Pretty bad.
Oh my gosh, you just wait. These are great. I was looking for a clip-on sunglasses to go over my prescription glasses and asked the pharmacist at CVS if they sold strap-ons.
I don't think that's what they're called.
She was probably like, no. What kind of store do you think this is?
I mean, what is that?
I don't know. What are you talking
I
about?
don't know what that is.
I mean, just kidding. Okay, moving on. A friend went to place her order at the drive-thru. She then heard, "Could you pull up to the speaker? You're talking to the trash can."
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
After bombing a job interview, I got up, shook everyone's hand, and walked into a coat closet.
I wonder if they got the job.
I'm gonna say no. I mean, I don't know.
Hey, she can't even find herself out of the coat closet. I don't think she's going to work.
Okay. I Googled the guy before meeting him. Later, I pulled out my phone to show him a picture of my dog, and he saw his picture on my phone. That would be embarrassing.
Yeah, it was.
I got into the passenger seat of a wrong car outside of Starbucks. The driver waited until I was finished with my phone call to tell me.
Amy did that once.
Are you kidding? No. That sucks.
She actually got in and everything. And she looked over and she saw whoever's car it was sitting in the
God.
driver's seat.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Gosh, that would be so scary, though.
I know.
That would freak me out. Okay, apparently my mom is not even home, and the person I hear puttering around the house is the carpet cleaning service. I've been yelling, "Grill me a cheese" at them for 20 minutes. Nanny job interview. I was told the job would involve light housekeeping and replied, "Well, I've never kept a lighthouse before, but I'm willing to try."
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. One time a guy was hitting on me and he said, "I'm loving the whole blonde hair, blue eyes thing." And I said, "So did Hitler." I literally said that to a person. We have a Texas sage plant that flowers before rain. When asked if it would rain today, I said, "Not according to my bush." I feel like that's impressive. I wish my bush told me when it was going to rain. This one's horrible. One time I was petting my cat in the dark and I was scratching her chin and was like, wow, why is your fur so rough? Then I realized I was scratching her butthole and she was letting me. I died a little.
How can you not tell?
I know. How? That's not a chin.
No,
not a chin.
There's no no. That's...
Oh my gosh, okay. If you think you've ever once said anything awkward, you should know that my health teacher once said, sex isn't that great. And I blurted out, because you're not doing it with me. And everyone stared at me. I went to a sex shop with my wife for the first time, and the store assistant greeted me with, "Hey, nice to see you again."
They know what a strap-on is.
Yes. I mistook the man limping towards me for someone I knew and said, "Oh my God, what happened to you?" He said I had polio as a kid. I ran away.
Oh,
I know. I was waiting in line, stepped backwards onto someone's foot, turned around with both of my hands open in apology, and cupped both of her boobs.
just walk away. Just walk away.
Seriously. You can go grocery shopping somewhere else. I told someone at a party once that that dirty old man is trying to hit on you. She said, "Actually, that's my fiance." Oops. Again, just kidding. When I was in 5th grade, a boy liked me, but I thought he was annoying. So on the playground, he tried to ask me to be his girlfriend. I said no and had to think of an excuse, so I started hugging a tree and told him that the tree was my boyfriend. Later, I saw him kicking the tree, and I felt kind of bad. This one would, oh my God. I just tried on a coat and it says TK Maxx, which I don't know if that's like
I think it's supposed to be TJ.
I don't know, but in a coat store.
Okay.
It was the coat of a customer trying on another coat, and now I can never leave the house again. So she tried on someone else's.
Gosh, that would be horrible. Well, it's a compliment.
Yeah, I mean,
you wouldn't try it on unless it was cute.
I know, and I was thinking, why are they looking for another coat if their coat looks brand new? My coat looks like shit, and I wear it every day. Oh, anyway. Okay. I was at an NFL game, and something I ate earlier had just wrecked my stomach and left me with horrible gas. Like the kind that clears a room, it's so bad. I was walking up the stairs to my seat mid-game and really had to let one rip. Right then, the crowd cheered, and I thought the moment was right. What I didn't realize was my ass was at the same level as the woman sitting in her seat on the aisle, and I literally farted right in her ear. I looked back at her, and she looked at me with shock and disgust. I quickly turned away and climbed the stairs as fast as I could and blended into the crowd. I still think about her from time to time and how horrible that must have truly been for her. And I just cringe. What an idiot I was. Right in her ear.
If you gotta go, you gotta go.
Right in her ear.
She was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
That's exactly right. Oh my gosh. Okay. I was walking with a friend to our college parking lot, which was under construction. We had walked by a group of construction workers who started catcalling us, and I got really angry. And to show how upset I was, I peeled out with my car and drove straight into a tree that was in the middle of the parking lot.
Oh my God.
To this day, I can hear their laughter. I was so embarrassed by my bad driving that I didn't even get out of the car to see the damage. I just drove away. Oh my gosh. That's the worst, though, when you're pissed.
Yeah.
And then you do something stupid and you're pissed off at yourself now. Oh, goodness. Okay. I was at a 15th birthday party, and the ballroom had a spiral staircase. There was a gap between the staircase and the wall, and all the kids who reached the last curve of the stairs would just jump through the gap instead of walking down the stairs. Since I was very well behaved, I didn't do that. I just walked down the stairs, but then I tried to be cool and do it, and I got stuck. My dress was hung up while my legs, panties, and tights were exposed and swinging. My sister was trying to pull me off to save me, but she was laughing so hard she couldn't do anything. I was desperately screaming for help, and she was just laughing her ass off. Could you imagine just hanging there?
I'd be the sister standing there laughing.
I know. I would totally be that girl that got stuck. Just be like, Jody! Okay. Not me, but my sister once tried to pay for a drink with a panty liner.
Oh,
She's thinking it was a 5-year-old. Only to be told that was not legal tender. Oh gosh. Oh, this one's great. I was having a lump removed from my breast, was lying awake on the table, and someone in scrubs said, "Can I check your..." I whipped out my boob, and he looked embarrassed and said, "Wristband to check your date of birth." I wanted to run away and hide. She's like, "Sure, here you go." My first proper job interview, I got asked, "How's your grammar?" With a confused face, I answered, "She's fine." I still got the job.
Oh my god.
I was at a barbecue and started chatting with some guy, and when he spoke for the first time, I immediately laughed in his face because I thought he was putting on a funny voice. He was not.
Aww.
I know. I introduced someone to a work colleague without thinking to pre-warn them that she had been born with a hand deformation. He went to shake it, grabbed the hand, and ended up turning it like a doorknob.
What?
I don't know. I guess, well, like, what he... I don't know. That's weird. He was caught off guard, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
When I was 10, I was on a family holiday in Spain swimming in a pool, and I thought I needed to fart. The whole pool was evacuated. It wasn't a fart, apparently.
Oh, no.
That's horrible.
It's gross.
Yeah. And this is my last one. Sending my sister a picture of my hairy armpit with my face pressed up right against it, lips pursed and drooling with a caption, "Get a load of this, bish." I sent it to my boss instead. I got no response, and 4 years later, still never discussed. Oh my god. Okay, you guys, send us your embarrassing moments.
Yes, please.
That would be fantastic. So those were mine for the week.
Okay, so this week I'm doing Ghosts of Louisiana.
Yay.
And obviously most of these are in New Orleans.
Yeah. But I bet they're the best.
Yeah. Okay. The Haunted Hotel at 623 Ursulines, New Orleans. A building with over 200 years of terrifying tales and bone-chilling mysteries, the Haunted Hotel on 623 Ursulines is a legendary scare to all that step foot on its property. Once a privately owned residence, the late owner finds herself in guest rooms, making herself comfortable right on their bed. We assure you there is no other haunted hotel in New Orleans that lives up to its reputation quite like the Haunted Hotel on Ursulines does. Feast your eyes on the bloody axe in the main lobby.
What?
A memento from the famous Axe Man found on the property just years ago during renovations. Have you heard of the Axe Man?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, you haven't?
I don't
Oh.
think so.
New Orleans haunted places are everywhere, but none quite like this haunted hotel that is responsible for 24 unexplained deaths in the past 200 years. Stay if you dare, leave if you're lucky.
Ooh, so who's the Axeman?
I think it was some guy, or assuming it's a guy, that was going around and killing people with an axe.
Oh my god,
And
like recently?
No.
Oh.
No. This was years ago.
But they just found an axe on the property where he apparently was?
It was. Who knows if it's really his, but it was probably around that same area where he was doing his thing.
Oh my
I don't
God.
think they ever found who it was, because I'm pretty sure he wore a mask, if I'm remembering correctly.
That's super creepy, and I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever heard of that. That's weird.
Yeah, he would end up being in or going into people's houses, and they have no idea how he would get in. They had no clue.
Oh my god, maybe it was Santa.
I don't think
Maybe he went down the chimney. All he has to do is put his finger on his nose.
No, that doesn't work that way.
Okay, that's creepy though.
Yes. The tomb of Marie Laveau in New Orleans.
Totally heard of this one.
High on the list of the most haunted places in New Orleans is the tomb of Marie Laveau. Marie was a famous voodoo practitioner in New Orleans. She is considered to be a New Orleans voodoo queen. When she perished, she was buried in her family's tomb. It is believed that if you visit her tomb and place an X on it, turn 3 times, knock on the tomb, and state your wish, Marie Laveau will grant you a wish from the other side. If your wish is granted, you are to return to the tomb and not only circle your ex, but also leave her a gift.
That's creepy.
Yes, it is. Lafitte Guest House in New Orleans. I think I'm saying that right. Long before a home was built on the property where the Lafitte Guest House now sits, there was a charity hospital. Over the years, a simple home was built on the property following the hospital burned down. Wait. That didn't make any sense, did it?
I think I know what you mean though.
All right. Anyway, later on in 1848, the simple home was replaced by a mansion built by Paul Glees. Many families have lived in the 3-story home since that time. There are few stories of hauntings that people continue to share. The saddest paranormal activity that people experience is the sounds of a crying infant. At one point in the hotel's history, a girl named Marie contracted yellow fever, and fortunately, little Marie never recovered and perished in room 21. People who have stayed in that room say you can hear or you can see her image in the mirror in that room. I hate mirrors.
I know.
Other people have said Marie appears and attempts to speak with children visiting the hotel. Another haunting people experience is the sound of Marie's mother sobbing in the same room Marie perished.
Aw.
Marie's mother has also been known to turn lights off and on and wander around the grounds of the hotel.
Creepy.
Hotel Provincial, that's also in New Orleans. The Hotel Provincial is located in New Orleans' French Quarter. It's many paranormal enthusiasts, most haunted hotels in New Orleans. It has a history dating back to 1725. The hotel consists of 5 different buildings. The 5 buildings are the 100, 200, 300, 400, and 500. The building served as both personal and commercial structures. At one point, the hotel was the French Market Ice Company, while at others it served as a private residence with slave quarters. Prior to the construction of Building 300, a medicinal herb garden was planted in the area. All the buildings served many purposes, including as a Confederate hospital. Visitors and staff members at the Hotel Provincial have experienced a variety of ghostly encounters. People have seen pools of blood appear and disappear on different floors of the hotel. Others have experienced blood stains on linens appear then disappear in certain rooms of the hotel. The appearance of injured and bloody soldiers is a common occurrence. 2 different soldiers make their presence known in a couple of the rooms. It is said they enjoy playing music on the room's radio, appear in solid form, and make eye contact.
Oh no.
Surgeons have also been witnessed roaming around the hotel.
What is it with blood stains appearing and disappearing? And that's creepy.
Yeah, it is.
That makes me wonder if, like, ghosts can make you see things that aren't actually there, or because it sounds like it's messing with your mind. You
Yeah.
know, that's a little bit too much.
Like they
for
want
me.
you to remember what happened.
Something, yeah. Like, I mean, how can that even happen? Bloodstains appearing and then disappearing?
I don't know, but you hear that a lot. Like,
Yeah.
Or like there'll be like blood stains on the wall or something, and it doesn't matter how many times you paint over it,
Exactly.
it still comes through, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's creepy.
That is creepy.
No. Shreveport Municipal Auditorium in Shreveport. That always reminds me of True Blood.
Heck yeah. Bon temps.
Actually, it reminds me of the books.
Yes, the Southern Vampire series.
Yes, which
Absolutely.
was way better than
Yes.
the show.
Unfortunately.
Yes. The first season, they followed it pretty good.
Yeah, they did really good the first season.
And
but
then they
yeah,
just kind of,
I know.
it's like, okay.
It's kind of disappointing.
I'm like, hey, that's not what happened. Built between 1926 and 1929, the Shreveport Municipal Auditorium is home to some intriguing activity. The building, which is home to concerts, Broadway plays, family shows, boxing events, and various special events, was also once home to the Louisiana Hayride. Famous performers at the auditorium include Elvis Presley, Hank Williams, and Johnny Cash.
Wow.
Paranormal activities,
Wow.
Oh. Paranormal activities people have claimed to experience at the Muni include strange sounds, voices, and a door opening and closing on its own. Other people have seen a young girl in a blue dress. One urban legend states a woman gave birth in a basement bathroom. She apparently returns and is heard moaning, reliving the delivery.
Oh.
That would suck.
Yeah.
Bourbon Orleans in New Orleans. The Bourbon Orleans is a luxury hotel located in Louisiana's famous French Quarter. John Davis had the building built back in 1817. He opened the building as the Orleans Ballroom. The Orleans was host to a plethora of different balls, including masquerade balls, carnival balls, and quadroon balls.
Quit saying balls.
Well, that's... I'm just reading, okay?
Sorry.
The site also served as a meeting place for legislators' balls. No, just kidding.
Quit saying balls.
The legislators for the House and State.
Oh my gosh. When did we become 12-year-old boys? I guess it was my fault, actually.
Well, I think it's a little both of our faults, but anyway. Eventually, Davis had achieved such success with the hotel, he opened the Orleans Theater on a piece of land next to the Bourbon Orleans. The theater also had incredible success. It wasn't that funny.
I cracked myself up. Sorry.
The hotel and the theater had a major shift in purpose when the Sisters of the Holy Family purchased both properties in 1881. Both properties then became a convent and a school and remained as such for approximately 80 years. The Bourbon Orleans has been a hotel since that time. People who come to the Bourbon Orleans have the opportunity to enjoy far more than time in the beautifully restored rooms. They also have the opportunity to experience paranormal activity. It is believed that the Bourbon Orleans Hotel is home to no less than 17 different ghosts.
Holy shit.
The hotel is said to be home to countless children who lived on the property when the building served as an orphanage. One of the children, a little girl on the 6th floor, likes to chase after her ball in the corridors. Staff members and guests have both seen and heard this occurring. Other people have seen the likes of nuns wandering throughout the hotel.
Chasing balls.
They're not supposed to do that.
I'm so sorry.
They're nuns. Other guests include a woman dancing in the ballroom and Confederate soldier who roams the 3rd and 6th floors. Magnolia Plantation in Derry. Magnolia Plantation's origin. Will you stop it?
Sorry, you just got very mad at me because I told Max to chase balls. Oh my god. Okay, sorry.
Okay. Magnolia Plantation's origins date back to the 18th century. Jean-Baptiste Lecomte II owned the land but did not build anything on it until the 19th century. The plantation, which operated in 1830, underwent considerable changes once Ambrose Jean-Baptiste son married Julia Bard. In total, the plantation had 21 main buildings erected on the property, as well as brick cabins and 8 additional quarters. Countless people have lived in the buildings as both tenant farmers and plantation laborers. Stories of people experiencing unusual occurrences or seeing things are not unusual. There are those that say the ghosts of former slaves who lived and worked on the plantation are present. One room... Did I say pleasant or present?
I thought you said present.
Oh. One room on the plantation is believed to be the room where residents went to die. It is now called the dying room.
Oh, shit.
Another room is believed to be where prisoners poisoned and drove a Union general crazy. People state they can see the distorted face of a man in the window of that room.
Ooh.
I don't want to see that.
No, that's creepy.
Old Louisiana State Capitol in Baton Rouge. When it was decided that Baton Rouge needed a building for the Louisiana legislature, James Darkin came up with the concept for the old Louisiana State Capitol. The building served as a seat for the government until the Civil War, when the legislators left and the state capitol became a prison. Later, Union troops used it as a garrison. When they left, it was nothing more than a shell of its former glory. It has since been restored and serves as a museum. Paranormal activity has been experienced by visitors to the old Louisiana State Capitol and people employed at the building. Some say they feel as though they are being watched or hear footsteps in empty hallways. Doors opening and closing on their own is something else that people have witnessed. The ghost of a little girl named Sarah Morgan has also been seen on the grounds and property. She was apparently the daughter of the family who donated the property and lived during the time of the Civil War. According to reports, she was witness to the Capitol building being built, burned down, then rebuilt. This one is the Myrtles Plantation, which I think everyone's heard of.
Yeah.
In St. Francisville. The Myrtles Plantation was built back in 1796 for General David Whiskey Dave Bradford. Bradford originally called the plantation Laurel Grove. Bradford lives on the plantation by himself until his wife, Elizabeth, moved from Pennsylvania with the rest of the family to join him. Over the years, the plantation has changed ownership multiple times. Bradford's daughter, Sarah Matilda, and her husband, Clark Woodruff, took control of the plantation in 1808 following her father's passing. They maintained ownership until 1851 when Ruffin Gray Sterling and his wife purchased the plantation. They did extensive remodeling to the plantation, almost doubling the original size. The plantation changed hands many times following Sterling's death in 1854. If you visit the Myrtles Plantation today, you will be visiting what is considered to be one of the most haunted places in the entire United States.
Damn.
Currently, the Myrtles Plantation is a bed and breakfast that is as well known for its incredible service as it is for its paranormal activity. Visitors and tourists visit the location to have the opportunity to stay on the property or to attend many of the different events people host at the Myrtles Plantation. With regard to the paranormal activity at Myrtles Plantation, the claims of activity have been so extensive, Myrtles has been featured in books, TV shows, and movies. Countless paranormal investigators have come to the location to investigate the claims made. This includes teams from the Sci-Fi Channel and the TAPS team. Some of the claims include the sighting of 2 murdered children and Chloe, a servant who was hung after poisoning a cake Clark Woodruff's family ate and subsequently died. The dying footsteps of William Drew Winter, an attorney who lived and was murdered on the plantation, have been heard by staff members and visitors alike. It has also been said that the grand piano plays the same song by itself.
Man, I wish I had the balls to go there.
I would want to go there, but not spend the night there.
Yeah, I don't think I would want to spend the night there.
No, I would not. My last one, Omni Royal Orleans in New Orleans. On the site where the Omni Royal Orleans stands, the St. Louis Hotel once stood. The structures that previously stood on the land were destroyed through fires, and eventually the 1915 hurricane completely destroyed the prior hotel. Years later, the decision was made to rebuild, and the Omni Royal Orleans came to life. The hotel has been the site of many important social events and has hosted a number of important political figures. Today, the Omni Royal Orleans offers its guests glorious accommodations as well as the opportunity to meet or feel the presence of any of the supposed 50 guests that roam the halls. One of the most commonly reported ghosts is that of a maid that once worked in the hotel. It is reported that she will turn on water, flush toilets, and even tuck guests into their beds at night. No.
Oh my God. No.
There's no question this is one of the most haunted hotels in Louisiana.
Oh my gosh. Super creepy.
Nobody better be tucking me anywhere.
No. Do my own tucking. Okay, so we are currently searching for a new home. And we've been looking at so many houses this past few weeks. And I've never felt anything until we looked at this one house this week. So we walked in and everything was fine. And there was an upstairs. The second I started to climb the stairs, I got extremely dizzy.
Really?
Extremely dizzy. And I just kind of brushed it off. I didn't, I was like, whatever. So we went upstairs. The entire time I was upstairs, I was dizzy. As soon as we came downstairs, my heart started to pound. I couldn't breathe. And I got a really bad headache.
Really?
Yeah. And as soon as we were out of this house, I was fine.
Wow. Where was this house at?
It was in Morristown.
Uh-huh.
It was just, a house that we happened to look at this week.
Ooh, stay away from that.
Exactly. I mean, we were going to make an offer on this house just by the pictures. And I was praying to God that Aaron didn't like it because I did not feel right in this house at all. And thank God he didn't. He was like, no. So
What was his reason for not?
it was in really, really, really bad shape.
Oh.
I mean, it would have taken so much more money to fix up. It just needed way too much.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a really, really gorgeous house. I mean, but it made me feel fucking weird. And even Taryn, she was like, as soon as I told her I was dizzy, she's like, nope, we're not doing this.
She's like, we're out of here.
Yep.
Let's go.
She's like, yeah, we're not getting this house.
Ooh,
So-
that's creepy. See, I've never walked in anywhere and felt weird.
Me neither. Well, I haven't either. The only other time, and this is so weird, and this was, years ago, but we were in Walmart, and I looked down this aisle, and I know I've told this before, but I looked down this aisle, and there was this kid just looking at something, and he gave me the weirdest creeped out feeling. I had to run away.
Ugh.
I don't know what it is about. It was just some kid. He looked to be maybe, 15, just looking at something in the aisle, and he creeped me out. I still remember to this day how much that kid creeped me out. It was just weird.
Yeah.
But like I said, we have been looking at several houses, and I haven't felt anything
Yeah.
until we looked at this one
Yeah,
house.
you need to steer clear of that one.
Absolutely. Yeah, we are, but
I would just be curious if I would react at all.
I don't know. Nobody else.
I don't think I do. I don't think I'm sensitive to that kind of thing.
I don't think I am either. Maybe I could be. I don't know. Oh, and another thing happened this week too. I heard something, and I've been feeling the knees in my back again in my car.
Yeah.
And I heard something slide off the seat and hit the floor. And I went to pick up Taryn, and I was like, something fell on the floor back there. She's like, there's nothing on the floor back here.
So I have no idea what that was. But I heard something slide off and like hit the floor.
Did something maybe go under one of the seats?
I don't think so. I don't have anything in my car.
Oh.
Like I said, my car's brand new, and I'm trying my hardest to keep that thing clean.
Yeah.
So I don't have anything. I have a blanket in my back seat, which that wouldn't slide off. You know, I wouldn't.
It would make noise if it did.
Exactly. I mean, there was just nothing back there. That's why I was like, because that's why I asked her. I was like, "Do you see anything back there on the floor? Like, what was that?" It's just weird.
That's weird.
Yeah. Anyway, so, and I know I've done these stories before, or some similar to these, but I did creepy things that realtors have found.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, I love these.
Yeah, going into houses. So, sorry, but this is like my life right now, so you guys are going to experience it with me. Okay, so I always make a habit of knocking or ringing the doorbell, even if the house is vacant. My clients and I were standing on the porch and rang the doorbell of a vacant Am I saying vacant? What was I saying?
Vacant.
Vacant. God, I'm stupid. Okay. Vacant house. We all distinctly heard, "Who is it?" in a gruff little old lady's voice. We all looked at each other and I asked if they heard it, and they nodded their heads up and down. We went in and checked out the house and all the closets, but found no one. We didn't make an offer.
No.
That's creepy. Ugh. Okay.
See, it was a ghost. They don't want anyone to buy their house,
Yeah.
so they're going to make some noise.
Oh my goodness. I haven't experienced that yet. Hope I never do. Next one. Years ago, I had a listing that a seller said was haunted by a young boy. When my article came out in the newspaper for the advertisement of the new listing, there was a young, dark figure of a boy standing in the doorway in the picture.
I'm getting all kinds of goosebumps tonight.
I was showing a home this past spring, and we were coming down from the walk-up attic, and the door slammed in my face. I pretended that it was no big deal, but I was instantly unsettled and couldn't wait to leave. Oh no, that's creepy. I showed a house once, and the only things in the house were 2 boxes in a bedroom closet, each box containing the ashes of the owners.
Oh, what?
Pretty creepy. Yeah. What the fuck?
Let's say a big fat nope on that one.
Yeah, that's crazy. Next one, I was showing a vacant home to a family. Home was empty but very dusty. Supposedly, the lady that had lived there had died in the home and owned a lot of cats. When I was showing the house to a family, their little boy was running around. His mom asked him what he was doing. He said chasing the cat. There was no cat that we could see. He ran down the basement stairs, insisting he was chasing a cat. We felt a very cold, eerie draft come up from the basement. As we were leaving, there was an old Bible on the floor right by the door where we came in. No one had seen it before, and it was not dusty like the entire house. We all left quickly and were all creeped out. That is creepy. Just like a perfectly clean Bible sitting by the door that nobody saw when you came in.
Ugh, no.
Yeah, no. Next one, about a year ago, I was in an old 1936 bungalow, foreclosure with no electricity. It was after dark and pitch black inside, but I had driven across town to see it alone, so I decided to check it out by the light of my little LED pen flashlight. In the closet of one of the back bedrooms, I came across something written on the back of the plumbing access panel. But it was something to the effect of Nanny's house, 1950 to 2011. A few paragraphs about the late Nanny, her home, her family tree, etc. And the last sentence read, "This back bedroom, which I was presently standing in the dark with a little light pen, is haunted by a little girl from the 1920s.
Oh.
Needless to say, I got the hell out of there.
Jeez.
This room you're standing in right now
By yourself in the dark.
is haunted.
I'm out.
I was selling a deceased estate
last year, a lady had died in the house, and one of her 2 daughters was a medium. She asked me how things had gone after the first open, and I'd said I had had some strange feedback from about 4 people who came through. They complained about the funny smell in this particular room, but I couldn't smell anything at all. The medium was very matter-of-fact about it and put it down to her mother's presence. She said that people who were psychic would actually be aware of it when they came to sense something, but they were not aware of what it was. They would put it down to one of their other senses. She did another cleanse of the house, and after that, no one ever commented on the smell again. So, if you were psychic, and even if you didn't know it, you would smell
Yeah.
the smell. That's crazy. Next one, I was showing a 2-family home in Albany. When I knocked, the tenant inside told my client and I to come on in. It sounded like she was in another room. When we walked into the bedroom, we found her completely naked on the bed, smoking what looked to us like a crack pipe. She asked us if we had any questions. As we left, my client was unfazed by the nudity, but kept asking if I thought it was crack she was smoking. Next one, there was a bed set up in the main area of the basement. No one appeared to be home, but when we went downstairs, the lights were on and music was playing. We noticed that there was someone under the covers of the bed. I said hello more than once, but did not approach the bed. The person didn't move, and it was clearly the silhouette of a person, so we quickly got out of there. Just like hiding under a blanket, like they won't see me. What the fuck? Creepy. Okay. We visited a regular home in the suburbs of Chicago. The listing agent never mentioned, nor did the photos show that there was a stuffed Black Panther about 5 to 6 feet long in one of the bedrooms, or a 10-foot bear stuffed in the basement. You can imagine our surprise when we turned on the lights to find these huge animals. That is my nightmare. I hate taxidermied animals. They creep me out. It's like my, what's that word?
I don't know.
Irrational phobia. That's right. That's what it is. That's my irrational phobia.
Oh.
Freaking dead animals that they think is cute when they... No. I hate it. Sorry. Anyway, next one. The house was vacant. We toured it the first time. The pull-down stairs to the attic were down, and when we looked around. The next time we came into the house, the stairs to the attic were up. We pulled down the stairs, headed up, and were shocked to find a young woman sitting in the dark.
What?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Just sitting there?
I guess, in an attic. Oh my god, that's creepy.
That is weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Next one, I showed a house built around 1900. There was an attic area with a stairway. At the top of the stairway was an old doll sitting in a rocking chair staring at you.
Oh, hell no.
If you went all the way up the stairs, you were greeted by about 10 to 15 similar creepy dolls sitting in rocking chairs.
What?
No!
What?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. In an attic. No.
They were all in rocking chairs?
It's what it says, yeah.
Ooh, do you think they start rocking at
I
night?
don't know. I don't want to know. That is creepy. Okay. A number of times, a buyer's agent had come across mannequins lurking in corners.
Ooh, no. I don't like mannequins.
No. They're big dolls. Life-size fucking dolls. Clearly items used by a seamstress in their work, but very creepy when you're not expecting to see a human figure while walking through an empty house. You walk in and get the sense that something is staring at you. This probably happened at half a dozen times. One client screamed briefly. Which, yeah, that's creepy.
Ugh.
Some clients of mine wanted to tour this house. It was an older, vacant home. I arrived at the home early and turned on the lights for my buyers. As soon as I opened the door, I saw 8 eyeballs staring at me in the dark. I would turn on the light and they would turn the lights back off. These people stayed on the couch the entire time, not saying a word, while my clients and I toured the home.
What? Wait. They were people?
Let me reread this because I had to read it a couple of times to understand what the fuck. Okay. Some clients of mine wanted to tour this home. It was an older vacant home. I arrived at the home early to turn on lights for my buyers. As soon as I opened the door, I saw 8 eyeballs staring at me in the dark. I would turn on the light and they would turn the lights back off. These people stayed on the couch the entire time, not saying a word, while my clients and I toured the home. After finding a few dead mice, they decided to leave.
So they're
Like 4 people
just,
sitting on this couch in the dark.
and they turn the lights back off after.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like, what the fuck?
I don't have anything to say.
Alrighty. Property inspection turned up a dead body in the attic. It was a suicide. Someone hung themselves.
Oh,
The homeowner thought her husband had left her years ago. I guess he did.
I guess she never went up into the attic.
Nope.
Had to have stunk.
I know. She's probably like, what the fuck is that? I mean, no, I don't even know how that would happen.
I think I've said this before. There's no way I can live in a house and not go in every room.
Yeah.
I have to know what's in every room.
Well, I mean, unless it was an older woman
That couldn't.
that couldn't.
Yeah.
And maybe, some people's sense of smell decreases, when they're older. Maybe she just didn't have much of a sense of smell. Didn't think there was a reason to go up there.
Oh, no.
Thought her husband just left her. That's terrible. It's terrible.
Well, imagine how he feels.
Yeah, I know.
He's like, man, kill myself. Nobody even knows.
oh my gosh.
No one
it's
even
depressing. That's sad. It's sad. Oh, God. Okay. The next few are things that people have found after they've bought a home. In the attic of my house, I found a small frog sculpture made out of metal. It had very pronounced nipples.
I didn't know frogs had nipples.
This one did, apparently. Big ones. I found a ticket to the 1934 World's Fair in Chicago.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, it was too late for me to be able to attend.
No. Well,
That's really fucking cool, though.
yeah, it is.
I'd frame that shit. We found an entire bicycle split up into parts buried in the backyard.
Huh.
It's weird.
Okay.
I'm not very tall. I was cleaning out a bedroom while preparing to move out of my house that my family had rented for about 3 years. At the very top of the closet, right at the back, there were a balled up pair of strangers' used underwear,
Ew.
which had evidently been there for at least 3 years that we had lived there. That was gross, to say the least.
Yeah.
So yeah, clean your shit when you get there, before you put your stuff in. Because ew.
Gross.
In the dark, musty attic, we found an ancient baby swing and crib. It's still there, and I'm scared to go up there in fear of seeing gleaming eyes of some monster baby sitting in the dark. Which, yeah, that would be my first thought.
Monster baby.
Let's see. There was a small cardboard box with several dozen headshots clipped from a very old newspaper in the rafters of my 1915 home. They were all the same photo of a young woman from the neck up, about 2 inches square. I'm thinking maybe that was their daughter or something. They were just super proud, so every picture that she modeled for, they would cut out of the newspaper.
Just her head?
Like a headshot,
Oh.
right?
Oh, no.
I don't know.
That's weird.
Okay, next one. When I was young and we were moving, I didn't feel like cleaning my room, so I stuffed a bunch of knickknacks and some mildly dirty underwear into a hole in the wall before we patched it up. I hope someone finds my treasure one day.
Oh, my gosh.
Ew. Dirty underwear again.
There are these things called washing machines.
What? What are you talking about? What is that? I found a dry, inflated puffer fish staring at me from the deep, dark corner of a kitchen cabinet the first time I opened it.
Gosh.
That's creepy.
That is.
I found a very large colored-in black and white photo of an ornate gilded frame in the attic. in an ornate gilded frame in the attic. The photo showed a young child in a white lacy dress wearing a cowboy hat and boots, standing on the steps of a city building with a pony. The building in the photo was clearly the style of architecture that isn't found anywhere near where I live. Also, the child was the ugliest child any of us had ever seen. Scary ugly. It wasn't even envious about I wasn't even envious about the pony. That kid was just so ugly. We hung the photo in a prominent spot and would make up a story about the person pony photo taking turns. We left the thing in the attic when we sold the house. It didn't seem right to take it. And my last one, I found a gold wedding band in one of the garden beds. It was sheer luck that the rotary hoe didn't destroy it. I let the real estate agent know about it and asked if the previous owner knew whose it was. Turns out the ring belonged to the previous owner's late husband of 50 years. He had died 5 years prior, but had lost the ring the first day they had moved into the house 45 years earlier.
Aww.
The old girl was in tears when I handed it back, and rightly so, I think.
Aww.
So sweet.
Yeah.
Now, those were mine for the week.
Cool. This week I did answers from interviews. So I've got some that are answers from the candidate, which is the person wanting the job.
Okay.
Or there's answers from the interviewer.
Oh gosh, some more embarrassing moments probably.
Pretty much, yes. Okay. So these are for the candidates. Interviewer, what's your greatest weakness? Candidate, women. That's kind of why I'm looking for a new job. I had an affair with my boss's wife.
Oh my god! TMI.
Interviewer, why did you leave your last job? Candidate, honestly, I just couldn't be arsed with my dickhead of a boss anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Not quite sure what that means, but
Oh no.
doesn't sound good.
No.
Interviewer, why do you want to work with us? Candidate, my mom said I had to get a job and she'll stop giving me money.
Oh my god. Why? Why do people feel the need to tell way more information than is necessary? I am like the opposite of that.
Oh, I know. I don't say anything.
I'm like, I need a job. I need money.
Interviewer, did you bring your references with you? Candidate, I tried. They couldn't get the time off work.
Oh my gosh, no.
I don't think these people are getting jobs.
I don't either.
Interviewer, what makes you think you're right for the job? This is for McDonald's burger flipper. Candidate, well, I'm great with animals.
Oh my gosh.
Interviewer, what's made you want to leave your current company? Candidate, I literally cannot stand those bunch of idiots anymore. How many of us have thought that?
Seriously, but a little too honest for a job interview.
Yes. They really don't want to hear that.
No.
Interviewer, what's your greatest strength? Candidate, I can do a really great impression of the wind. Listen, whoosh.
That is amazing.
Interviewer, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Candidate, probably some sort of exotic beach somewhere.
Oh my, they've got great expectations.
Interviewer, what attracted you to the role? Candidate, honestly, I don't even know what I'm doing here. My recruitment consultant told me it's a good practice to go to interviews.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Talk about wasting someone's time.
Seriously.
Interviewer, what are your hobbies and interests? Candidate, well, as you can see, I'm a young, virile man and I'm single. If you ladies know what I'm saying. Then he looked at one of the fair-haired board members and said, I particularly like blondes.
Ew. Okay, bye.
Yeah. Okay, so these are inappropriate interviewer answers.
Oh shit.
Candidate, what's the company's culture like? Interviewer, incredibly stressful, competitive, and to be honest, a little vicious.
Oh shit.
Candidate, what happened to the last person who had my job? Interviewer, you don't want to know.
No, I really do.
Candidate, what do you enjoy most about working here? Interviewer, clocking off at 5:30. Never heard it called clocking off before.
Must be a European
Maybe.
thing. Because that sounds way too much like jerking off to not. I don't think that would be good in America.
No.
They'd be like, what? Clocking off?
Can't do that at work. Candidate, what happens now? Interviewer, how would you feel if I asked you out on a date?
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. That is so inappropriate. Oh, my God. What is wrong with people?
Candidate, when can I expect to hear a decision? Interviewer, right now. You've not got the job.
Oh, shit.
Rude.
I want to know what happened. Why?
Candidate, do you socialize with colleagues outside of work? Interviewer, oh God, no. Did you not see them?
That would be me. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Candidate, where do you think I'll be in 5 years? Interviewer, probably working somewhere else. People don't last long here.
Oh my God. Oh, that's funny.
Candidate, is there anything else you'd like to know about me? Interviewer, I'm leaving in a week, so to be honest, I really don't care.
Oh my gosh.
Candidate, what's your first impression of me? Interviewer, hot, but a little bit stupid.
What?
I can't do that.
Oh my God. What the fuck is wrong with people?
Candidate, can you tell me a little bit more about the role? Interviewer, honestly, you'll spend most of your time running around after me.
Okay.
Alrighty. And then I've got silly and random statements.
Okay.
Candidate, hi, I'm Michael. The candidate's name was Tamsin. The interviewer's name was Michael.
Oh, that's
Poor
embarrassing.
person. Interviewer, can you please be less irritating? I'm hungover from last night.
Could you be less irritating?
I would love to say that to so many people, but I don't.
I could just imagine it's got his head in his hands. Could you just be less irritating?
Candidate, look, we both know I'm the dog's bollocks, so just give me the job.
Bye.
Interviewer, I like you. You really get my juices flowing.
Ew! No! Oh my God.
Candidate, I get on with most people, except maybe fat people.
Well, fuck you. I feel personally attacked. What's wrong with fat people? God.
Interviewer, you're a big lad, aren't you?
Well, fuck you too.
Candidate, I have a confession. I got arrested last week for fighting with my boss.
Oh my gosh.
Why do people feel the need
Seriously? Overshare. Oh my God. People are stupid.
Interviewer, if I had a big red buzzer like on X Factor, I would be buzzing it right now.
Oh my God, I need to know why. Why? What made him say that?
Candidate, I'd appreciate it if you'd listen to me and stop making notes.
What?
I don't know.
Gosh, that's like, yeah, that's stupid.
Interviewer, I'm sorry. I'm finding it hard to concentrate. Your eyes are magnificent.
Oh my God, not the fucking time. Dude, I can guarantee it was a dude.
a dude.
Not the time.
That's all I got.
All right. Well, you guys, thank you so much for listening. Again, we need misheard lyrics sent in. We need,
Last chance next week.
yeah, so
Hopefully.
send them in now.
Hopefully.
We want embarrassing moments. I'll tell you one of mine. I got one.
What?
Embarrassing. Oh my God. I worked at a bank, and we had this regular guy come in all the time, and he talked to everybody, but he wouldn't talk to me because he knew everybody, and I guess I was the new girl. Well, I had just eaten lunch, and I had a bagel with honey nut cream cheese on it for lunch. And I came back upstairs, and he was the next guy in line. And he came up, and he was like joking around with everyone, and I was laughing, and he kept looking at me like really crazy. And I was like, what the fuck? So I just helped him, and I didn't think anything of it. He left. I looked at the mirror, and I had nut skin on my teeth. It was like covering one of my whole teeth. I was so embarrassed. I had nut skin on my teeth.
Nut skin. That doesn't sound very good, Brandy.
It was like, you know how the almond...
I know what you're talking about. That's not what it sounds like.
Okay, well, this episode's been full of balls, so I don't care. Anyway, send in your embarrassing moments. We want to hear them. And misheard lyrics and scary stories, funny stories, anything. goalsnightoutpodcast@gmail.com. And rate, review, subscribe anywhere you listen. And thank you so much again. And we will talk to you next week.
Later.
Bye.